Back here in mid-Missouri, 1 week after absentee voting began in the state, a large number of voters have already cast their ballots. Even though tonight marks the first presidential debate, one political science professor says it's unlikely voters will change their minds now.
ABC 17's Sydney Olson is live at the Boone County Government Center for us tonight. Sydney, voters in Boone County have requested around twice as many absentee ballots than in the entire absentee period in 2016.
Deb Lucas, I spoke with a political science professor about whether or not this many people voting before Election Day could impact the election. And as you mentioned, he says that this late into things, it's unlikely people will change their minds. Voters in Boone County have requested more than 12,000 absentee ballots so far. In 2016, voters requested around 6,000 absentee ballots for the entire absentee period. More than 1,000 Boone County voters and 500 Cole County voters have voted absentee.
So I think people are just really invested in this election. There's a lot of attention being paid to it, and like any other presidential election year, there's just a lot of enthusiasm, and so people are coming in and ready to cast their ballot.
I spoke with Peverell Squire, a political science professor at MU last week, about voter fraud. Today, I asked him how likely it is people who have already voted would wish they hadn't after changing their mind.
And I think for the most part, people who want to vote early are people who are pretty set in terms of their decisions.
He says anyone who is undecided is probably undecided on whether or not to vote at all. And with presidential candidates who are already well known, most people have their minds made up.
Well, I think most voters know well in advance of the election how they're going to vote. And so there are relatively few real undecided voters.
For Boone County residents who do have their minds made up, the clerk's office will have curbside voting here through November 2nd. Reporting live in Columbia, Sydney Olson, ABC 17 News.
Sydney, thank you. You can also find a schedule for voting locations on upcoming weekends on our website at abc17news.com.